This is a real video demonstration. It shows the different steps at different places. The rules you need to understand from the respective audios. Here you can see a person performing Umrah and Hajj and you can understand it clearly. When you reach Mecca, first thing is to do Umrah if you are wearing Umrah Ihram or Qudum Tawaf and Sa'i of Hajj if you are on Hajj Ihram. If you are living near by Haram you can go by walk, otherwise you will have bus facility. The buses will take you to the Haram. Get down and walk forward along with other people. You can see this area. This is a corridor of the masjid. This is not part of the masjid, but will be crowded during prayer time. When you reach this point, this is the building of the masjid. Now you are entering into the masjid. Remove the chapel and keep it in your bag. Continue walking inside as this person do. There will be 2 levels of steps. Second level is leading to the open area near to the Kaaba. Here is it. At this point, you can see the Kaaba fully in front of you. So stop there for a while and do dua. This dua is very important because first sight of Kaaba. This dua will be accepted by Allah. Now we are going to do tawaf. For that find the corner of the Har al-Aswad. Here it is. And this is the starting point of tawaf. You stand little before that point and get ready for tawaf. Gents should do like this. This is sunnah. Then you face the Kaaba and raise your hands and say Bismillahi Allahu Akbar and kiss your hands. This is like we are going and touching the black stone and kissing it. We cannot do it nowadays because of the crowd. You have to keep in mind the invention of the Umrah Tawaf. That is niyat. Then you stand by keeping the Kaaba on the left side. Then you start walking by reciting du'as and dhikr. This dua is special sunnah when you are between Yamani corner and Black Stone corner. When you reach the starting point, then 1 round is over. You continue the tawaf. Follow all the rules of tawaf as mentioned in the tawaf audio. Keep the Kaaba on your left side always till the end of tawaf. The dressing like this and walking little fast for the first 3 rounds are sunnah for gents. You see the people, they are raising hand by telling Bismillahi Allahu Akbar and kissing hands. This is sunnah. Before we start each round, you can do tawaf very quietly without disturbing others. The only thing in mind should be Allah. Similarly when you reach the Yamani corner, so raise the hand and then kiss the hands and continue. So you should not turn or change your position once you start the tawaf. There are a lot of dhikr and dua in the books. You can go through that. And let us make all the rounds. First, second, third like that. Till 7th round, and at the 7th round, you should move little past of the starting line to make sure that it is complete. Ensure you have done 7 rounds completely. Then after that we have to do the 2 Rakath prayer behind the Maqam-e-Ibrahim. If possible, otherwise, anywhere within the masjid. You do dua after prayer. And if possible, you can go to Har al-Aswad and touch it. But nowadays it's very difficult. Now what we can do is go back a little. There you can see some taps and cans filled with Zam-Zam water. Drinking Zam-Zam full stomach after tawaf is sunnah. So you do that and you say the dua of drinking Zam-Zam also. The next thing is performing Sa'i. You see this Haji is going towards Safa mountain. This is just behind the Black Stone corner. You can see that. It is written there in English and different languages. Nothing to worry, you can do yourself. The Sa'i area is inside the building. You see the green light here. So if you move through that, so you will be reaching Safa directly. And once you reach Safa, you could go closer as possible to the Safa and face towards Kaaba and make dua and do the intention of the sa'i. That is, I am doing Umrah or Hajj sa'i 7 laps between Safa and Marwa for Allah. And then raise your hand towards Kaaba and say La ilaha illallahu Allahu Akbar and start walking. After moving some distance you can see green light area. This is the area where the gents has to run for some time and you reach the Marwa. And again you have to stand there, face Kaaba and do the dua. You come to the Safa. Again do the dua. Now completed second lap. Like this, you'll be completing 7 laps and the finishing point will be at Marwa. As I mentioned in the audio, the important thing is you have to make sure that you are covering the whole distance between Safa and Marwa. After the last lap your sa'i is over. Now you can shave the head or trim the hair. If you are doing Hajj after, then you trim the hair now and shave head during Hajj. You can see the barbershops outside. If you want to cut yourself you can cut with the scissors. You can bring a scissor and cut yourself there itself. Ladies has to do it from their rooms. So once it is done your Umrah is complete. You can wear the normal dress since you are free from ihram. Next is Hajj. Actually Hajj starts from Dhul Hijjah 8. So on the morning of Dhul Hijjah 8 you'll be taken into Mina by bus. Some people had been taken the previous night because of the transportation or crowd. So this is the Mina Valley. You can see the tents. This is a room where you will be staying in the tent. This is the facility available there. Coolers will be there and there'll be a bed provided to you. This is a place we will be staying 3 days in Mina after Arafat. Do not get upset. Food will be served in the tents and you can buy food from outside also. Small shops, fruit centers are available there. On the day of Dhul Hijjah 9th morning, people will be moving towards Arafat. It may be by train or by bus. It depends. And some people will be taken the previous night itself to the Arafat. This is Arafat. It's a big area, nothing to worry. The time of Arafat starts only after Luhr. Till that you can take rest. Not a problem. You see these prayer happening in the Namira Masjid and surroundings. Once this prayer is over, Arafat time starts. We can do prayer from our tents itself. So this is very important time of Hajj. So we should always do dua. And we should ask forgiveness. And we should do tawbah. And we should try and make all our requests to Allah. You see this mountain Ramah in Arafat. Time between Asr and the sunset is most important. After the sunset, people start moving towards Muzdalifah. It may be by train or by bus. If it is by train, there'll be a huge crowd. Actually like 2 to 3 hours waiting time will be there. See the crowd here. A huge crowd. Because the whole people are moving. Even if you start at 7 p.m., you'll reach only 11 o'clock in most cases. So you have to be prepared for Muzdalifah. You'll not get any food. You have to take something with you. Once you reach Muzdalifah, there will be tents. Actually train will not move away from Muzdalifah. It will be halted. There you stay at night. And you do Isha prayer. And before you sleep collect the stones of Jamrath from Muzdalifah. Once it is all over, you can take rest there. You can sleep well, in the open area or in tents. When the Fajr starts, then do the Fajr prayer there. And then you go back to Mina. You see, some people will go by train, some people will be by bus. Sometimes trains will stop in Mina. Then you can get down and go to tents. Sometimes it will not. It will directly take to the Jamrath where the stoning is done. So whatever is possible, you do that. But going to Jamrath in the afternoon or evening is better because crowd will be reduced. Today is a day of Eid. And we are stoning at only one Jamra. Big Jamra. You see that. We have to throw 7 stones there. And after stoning we have to return to our Mina tents. You see this people are walking. There will not be any bus or train for return to your tents. Now Eid day stoning is over. Check if you have any Jew slaughtering. If so, do it, and that is also over. You can do shaving of your head. That is much preferred by Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam rather than cutting hair. Now you are partially free from ihram and you can wear the normal dress. We will staying in Mina another 3 days. During one of these days you have to go to Haram and do the tawaf of Hajj and Sa'i of Hajj. It is better to go on next day of Eid because of the crowd. On the next day 11th of Dhul Hijjah, again after Luhr, you have to go to Jamrath and do the stoning at first Jamra. Do dua and go to second Jamra. Repeat the same. Do dua and now go to the third Jamra and complete the stoning. And after that come back to Mina tents. The same stoning will be repeated on Dhul Hijjah 12th and 13th. You can go by walk and it's better to go by walk. And during these days you will have more free time. You can go to Mustalifa Masharul Haram and Masjidul Kaif, other historical places nearby. On the day of 13th, that is after the last day stoning, the rituals are over in Mina. Hajj is almost over and people will start moving towards their rooms in Mecca. Nothing to worry, you will be taken back to your rooms by bus. You see here you reached back your rooms and you can continue life as usual. The only one thing pending is the Tawaful Wada. This has to be done just before you depart to hometown or you leave Mecca. You have to come to Haram. Don't forget to do intention of Tawaf. That is, I'm doing Tawaful Wada 7 rounds for Allah. It is very important because this may be our last Tawaf. You see we have to do sincere dua and say to Allah it should not be my last visit to Kaaba. Each step should be heart feeling, you see that. Once the tawaf is over then you can do 2 rakath prayer and drink Zam-Zam water and then walk away from the Kaaba. Look behind frequently and see the Kaaba with tears as far as possible till you see the Kaaba. Then once it is out of your sight, then just walk forward and get into your buses.